From a young Corsican boy to one of history's most powerful emperors, Napoleon Bonaparte's life is the ultimate tale of ambition, brilliance, and tragedy. Loved by his people, feared by his enemies, and admired for his genius, Napoleon reshaped Europe and the world forever. But what drove his meteoric rise, and what led to his dramatic fall from grace? In this video, we'll journey through the extraordinary life of Napoleon, his humble beginnings, his revolutionary victories, and the decisions that led to his ultimate downfall. Stay with us as we uncover the fascinating story of Napoleon, the rise and fall of an emperor. Let's dive in. Napoleon Bonaparte stands out as a pivotal figure in European history, embodying ambition and remarkable leadership. Born in Corsica in 1769, his early life didn't hint at the extraordinary path he would eventually carve. His name is often associated with grand battles, sweeping reforms, and an era that reshaped the European continent. Napoleon's rise was fueled by an exceptional combination of strategic brilliance and an uncanny ability to seize opportunities. His military acumen became evident during the French Revolution, a period of great upheaval that provided a fertile ground for his ascent. From a young age, he showed a talent for leadership, which only grew as he took on more significant responsibilities. What sets Napoleon apart from many historical figures is the sheer scale and scope of his influence. By 1804, he had crowned himself Emperor of the French, transforming the political landscape of Europe. His leadership wasn't just limited to military prowess. It extended to administrative reforms and the establishment of the Napoleonic Code, which modernized the French legal system and influenced legal systems worldwide. Under his rule, the French Empire expanded dramatically, encompassing large swathes of Europe. He introduced significant reforms in education, law, and civil administration, many of which have had a lasting impact. Napoleon was a leader who believed in the power of vision, often inspiring his troops and citizens with his speeches and policies. However, Napoleon's story is also one of contrasts. While he achieved unparalleled success on the battlefield and in governance, his relentless ambition led to overextension. His grand plans eventually crumbled under the weight of their own complexity, and his later years were marked by dramatic defeats and exile. The complexities of Napoleon's character and his actions make him a fascinating study. His legacy is a mix of awe-inspiring achievements and cautionary tales of ambition. As we delve into his life, we can see how his actions continue to resonate, providing insights into the nature of leadership, power, and human ambition. Napoleon's journey from Corsica to the height of European power, and finally to his downfall, remains one of the most compelling narratives in history. Napoleon was born in Corsica, but his future was destined to be shaped on the mainland of France. He attended school in France, where he learned the language and graduated from a military academy in 1785. His early education laid the foundation for his exceptional strategic mind. His rise in the military began after his family fled Corsica due to a conflict with the nationalist governor Pasquale Paoli. Back in France, Napoleon's military career took off during the turbulent times of the French Revolution. He showed remarkable skill and was soon promoted to brigadier general during the Reign of Terror, a time when the revolution's enemies faced severe violence. The French Revolution, characterized by immense social and political change, created a unique environment where Napoleon's talents could shine. His military prowess and ability to navigate complex situations quickly earned him a reputation as a formidable leader. This reputation opened doors to opportunities that allowed him to advance through the ranks more rapidly than his peers. By his mid-20s, Napoleon had already gained significant experience and demonstrated his leadership abilities on several key occasions. His role in the successful siege of Toulon in 1793 was a notable early triumph. This victory not only showcased his tactical brilliance, but also his capacity to inspire and lead troops under challenging circumstances. As he continued to climb the military ladder, Napoleon's name became synonymous with victory and strategic genius. His early career was marked by a series of accomplishments that positioned him as a rising star in the French military establishment. The rapid promotions he received were a testament to his exceptional abilities and the confidence that his superiors placed in him. These formative years set the stage for the extraordinary career that lay ahead. Napoleon's ascent to power was marked by decisive actions and opportunities seized at crucial moments. In 1795, he played a key role in quelling a royalist insurrection in Paris, which earned him a promotion to Major General. This event was a turning point in his career, setting the stage for his eventual rise to authority. By 1796, he was given command of the French Army of Italy. Under his leadership, the army won several significant victories against the Austrians, showcasing his tactical genius and reinforcing his reputation as a brilliant military strategist. These victories were crucial in establishing his credibility and solidifying his position within the military ranks. Napoleon's swift rise continued with his successful campaign in Egypt in 1798. Although the campaign had mixed outcomes, it demonstrated his ability to lead and innovate under challenging conditions. His return to France in 1799 coincided with political instability, providing him with the perfect opportunity to assert his influence. In November 1799, Napoleon took advantage of the political chaos and staged a coup, overthrowing the Directory and establishing the consulate. He became the first consul, effectively making him the ruler of France. This bold move not only showcased his political acumen, but also his willingness to take risks to achieve his goals. Napoleon's leadership style was characterized by decisiveness and an unwavering belief in his vision. By 1804, he had declared himself Emperor of France, establishing the French Empire. His leadership style was direct and effective, embodying his belief that a leader is a dealer in hope. As emperor, Napoleon initiated numerous reforms that reshaped French society. His administrative changes, including the establishment of the Napoleonic Code, had a lasting impact on the legal systems of many countries. His vision extended beyond the battlefield, influencing various aspects of governance and civil life. Napoleon's military campaigns are renowned for their strategic brilliance. His innovative approach to warfare and ability to adapt to changing circumstances often gave him the upper hand in battles. He famously advised never to interrupt an enemy while making a mistake, reflecting his strategic acumen. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Napoleon. One of Napoleon's hallmark techniques was the use of the corps system, which divided his army into several self-sufficient units, each capable of operating independently. This allowed for greater flexibility and speed on the battlefield, enabling rapid movements and concentrated attacks where they were least expected. His ability to deploy these corps effectively often led to the encirclement and destruction of enemy forces. In addition to his corps system, Napoleon was a master of artillery. He believed that artillery was a decisive factor in battle, and often used it to break enemy lines before launching a full-scale assault. His use of massed artillery barrages to soften enemy positions demonstrated his understanding of firepower's psychological and physical impacts on enemy troops. The Battle of Austerlitz in 1805 is a prime example of his tactical brilliance. Facing a numerically superior coalition force, Napoleon used deception and carefully planned maneuvers to divide and conquer his enemies. By feigning weakness and retreat, he lured the coalition forces into a vulnerable position, allowing his troops to deliver a crushing blow. His campaign in Italy also showcased his ability to win battles against larger and better equipped armies. Through swift and decisive actions, Napoleon was able to achieve significant victories, boosting his reputation as a formidable military leader. Napoleon's naval strategies were less successful, as evidenced by the defeat at the Battle of Trafalgar in 1805. However, his understanding of land warfare remained unparalleled. He was able to keep his enemies off balance through a combination of rapid marches, surprise attacks, and strategic feints. Despite the eventual decline of his empire, Napoleon's warfare techniques continue to be studied in military academies around the world. His innovations in strategy, tactics, and logistics have left an indelible mark on the art of war. Napoleon's path to dominance was paved with numerous victories, but his later years were marked by mounting challenges that ultimately led to his downfall. One of the most significant missteps was his invasion of Russia in 1812. Napoleon's decision to march on Moscow with a massive army seemed like a strategic move, but it quickly turned disastrous due to harsh weather, long supply lines, and fierce Russian resistance. The campaign led to catastrophic losses, with the Grand Army suffering from starvation, disease, and relentless attacks. This marked a severe blow to Napoleon's military strength and reputation. The impact of the Russian campaign reverberated across Europe, weakening Napoleon's grip on power and encouraging opposition forces. His weakened army and the loss of crucial resources provided an opening for his enemies. Soon a coalition of European powers, including Britain, Austria, Prussia, and Russia, formed against him. These nations, previously wary of his dominance, saw an opportunity to strike back and restore the balance of power in Europe. By 1813, the coalition forces were gaining momentum, culminating in the Battle of Leipzig, also known as the Battle of Nations. This massive confrontation involved hundreds of thousands of soldiers and resulted in a decisive defeat for Napoleon. The loss at Leipzig forced him to retreat to France, marking the beginning of the end for his empire. As the coalition forces pressed on, Napoleon's allies began to desert him. In 1814, Paris itself fell to the advancing coalition troops, leading to Napoleon's first abdication and his exile to the island of Elba. However, his story didn't end there. In a bold move, Napoleon escaped from Elba in 1815 and returned to France, rallying his supporters for what would be known as the 100 Days. Despite his efforts to regain power, his return was short-lived. The decisive Battle of Waterloo in June 1815 saw the coalition forces, under the command of the Duke of Wellington and Prussian General Blücher, deliver a crushing defeat to Napoleon. This final loss led to his second abdication and subsequent exile to the remote island of St. Helena, where he spent the remaining years of his life. Napoleon's decline underscores the volatility of power and the risks of overreaching ambition. His dramatic rise and fall remain a compelling study in leadership, strategy, and the intricate dynamics of European politics. Napoleon's legacy is a complex blend of innovation, ambition, and controversy. His reforms in law, administration, and education have had a lasting impact, particularly the Napoleonic Code, which became a foundation for modern legal systems around the world. This set of laws streamlined the French legal system, emphasizing clear, accessible laws and equality before the law, which resonated well beyond France's borders. In administration, Napoleon introduced efficient governmental structures that improved the management of state affairs. His emphasis on merit-based advancement in the military and civil service helped to dismantle the old aristocratic order, promoting a system where talent and ability could lead to success. Education also saw significant changes under Napoleon. He established lycées, or secondary schools, to standardize education across France and create a cadre of well-educated citizens who could contribute to the state. These schools provided rigorous academic training and were a key part of his vision for a modern, enlightened society. However, Napoleon's leadership style and methods have been subjects of extensive debate. His approach was often marked by authoritarianism and an unyielding pursuit of his goals. While he brought stability to post-revolutionary France and significantly modernized its institutions, his rule also involved censorship, propaganda, and a centralized control that stifled political dissent. Despite these contradictions, Napoleon's influence endures. His strategies in warfare, particularly his use of mobility and decisive action, continue to be studied in military academies worldwide. His ability to inspire and lead, despite the eventual collapse of his empire, remains a point of fascination and study. Napoleon's own words, "Envy is a declaration of inferiority," reflect his understanding of human nature and the complexities of leadership. His life story offers timeless lessons on the heights of ambition and the perils that accompany it. As we look back, We see a leader whose impact was profound, yet whose ambition ultimately led to his dramatic fall.